Hello and welcome to He Said, She Said. I'm Shelley Horton and with me is 2GB breakfast host Ben Fordham. Hello, Ben.
Hello, Shelley. How are you?
Good, but I've got a question for you. Have you ever had a partner before your wife ever ask you to split the cost when it comes to contraception?
What? What? I know you said this one was going to be slightly out there. Just ask that again so we can all follow at
if
home.
you are in a long-term relationship, do you offer to pay half of the pill or for the IUD, or if it's just condoms, things like that?
The IUD? What?
Oh, Ben,
What
the
is
fact that you don't even know what that is.
I know an IED, an improvised explosive device that they use in parts of
Intrauterine
the world
device.
where
It's a form of contraception
wars
that's
going
very, very common. In fact, I have one in right now. Do you need any more details?
No, let's leave it right there and let me jump in and give you a little bit of he said amongst that awkward she said. Look, I've never thought about it, Shelley. If I'm to be perfectly honest, you know that my job when I come on He Said, She Said is just to tell it to you straight. I'd love to be able to say to you right now that I've thought about it, I've invested in it, I've offered to pay for it. It's never crossed my mind. Now, I'm sorry to the women watching this in Australia and around the world, but it's just not something that's ever been a factor. I don't know. It hasn't popped up, so to speak.
So to speak. Well, what I've found is if you're paying for condoms, they work out at about $1 each. And often men will take more responsibility and they will offer to buy the condoms or pay for them themselves. Once you go to the pill, it works out at about $300 a year, which may not seem much, but it is a lot to some people. And for example, I've been in a relationship with Darren for 8 years, so that's $2,500. It kind of makes sense that you guys should be chipping in.
We're happy to pay. We're happy to pay. I'll make a statement now on behalf of all men everywhere around the world right now.
All men.
We are more than happy to pay for half, if not all, of the contraception costs. As long as the rest of it still kind of happens, as long as there's still that other part of the contraception process. In other words, you need contraception for a reason. If you're following where I'm going, Shelley.
Are you saying
as long as that's part
women
of the
put
wider
out,
deal,
you'll pay for it? That sounds dodgy.
I didn't say that. I did not say that, Shelley. They're your words, not mine. But there's no issue here. We're more than happy. So just give us the bill. We'll sort it out. I'm happy to buy 10 years in advance. I'm happy to put a down payment on it. No problem whatsoever.
Do you know
buy
that it's
now,
funny
pay
though,
later.
'cause I
Any
spoke to
payment structure you want.
I spoke to a couple of girlfriends about this and they hadn't even thought about asking their partner to contribute. And they said to me what they thought it was, it's kind of something like condoms are very visible, whereas something like the pill or an IUD is out of mind, out of sight. So therefore, you don't think about the cost of it. But there are costs involved and maybe this is something that we should address and maybe we need to talk about it even if it makes blokes like you a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, look, I can honestly say I've never seen the pill. I presume I know what it looks like.
Maybe
I've
this is
seen
why you've got 3
medication.
kids.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen it. It's just not something that's ever come into my space. I'm gathering they're in the house somewhere or they're, I don't know. I don't even really know a lot about it, to be honest, Shelley. But when it comes down to the question of are we happy to pay, considering you've raised this, and it's never been raised before. No one's ever asked us to pay for it before, but men are saying, we're happy to pay. Just hand us the script. We'll go off to the chemist and we'll bring it back. We'll pay for it every single time. Not an issue. Are you happy now?
I am happy that you have made that statement on behalf of all men in Australia. And if anyone has any disagreements, please contact Ben on his new breakfast show on 2GB or leave a comment with us at 9honey.com.au.
Love your work, Shelley.